So hi guys, so my name's Sophia and I work at Corriculo. So what I'd like to do is sort of do an April 2021 and what you kind of need to know about recruitment. So give a bit of introduction to myself. So for those of you guys who don't know, obviously, Corriculo, we're an IT recruitment agency based here in Oxford. I myself, obviously I'm a bit new to Corriculo. I've only been here for just about 6 months. Obviously prior to that, I did used to work at another recruitment agency called Michael Page, you guys might be familiar with. Obviously I'm gonna figure this out straight away. I've got a funny accent. I did used to live in America, so I apologize straight away for any accents, confusions. I'll do my best to pronounce the words correctly, but if I go too quickly or anything, blame it on the American in me and just let me know and I'll slow down. So what I do for the company is obviously I work as a business development consultant. So a lot of what I do is helping candidates like you guys, giving you advice on your job search and sort of helping you as and when you need it with CVs, interview prep, or sort of understanding the market overall. So I really love it because it helps me to sort of, get to know you guys a bit more, but also kind of become a bit more friendly with you guys and sort of give a friendly face to recruitment. So to sort of begin, I'm going to do sort of a flashback. So I know we're all kind of done with it, so I'm sorry, but just kind of going back to 2020, bit of a crash, wasn't it? I mean, the market just collapsed, went a bit crazy kind of due to COVID. But the good news is things are starting to recover a bit more since then. And got this really great quote here that I do think is really great because it kind of talks about what tech has done for us now. So it mentions obviously how the pandemic has amplified tech skills and the gap in the UK, and businesses are now recognizing the value that IT and tech support bring. And it's really just a catalyst for keeping businesses afloat. So, just really reassuring to see obviously that, you guys are just the future. So obviously, what does this mean for the job market? Well, over 80% of companies are planning to hire permanent staff in the next 3 months. Fantastic. What about if you're in contract? So obviously there's going to be a massive increase, 177% since Q4, a bit of a crazy number. So give a bit of context to it. When it comes to contract work, there's some things you need to bear in mind. One is Q4 is always going to be the quietest month in recruitment. Just is. It's usually towards the end of the fiscal year as well. Not as much money to play with. And obviously, I think with other factors coming into play, like we've got COVID. So, people are now realizing, the attraction behind having flexible staff. So having, people that can come in, do a project. When the project is over, then they can leave. So obviously creating a bit more attraction behind contract. And obviously then you've got IR35. I don't want to go into it too much, but obviously with that coming into play as well, it's going to have a bit of an impact on the contract side. And obviously the time of year. So, as I mentioned, obviously we're going into a new fiscal year at the moment. So, a bit more money to play with. So obviously more plans to bring on that contract staff as well. So I've got a bit of data here, just in case you guys are interested. So all of this is drawn from job boards such as CW Jobs or tech sites where we can sort of see what's going on. So here we've got a nice graph to display who are people coming onto the job board. So these are people signing up to apply for jobs. And the main skills they've got are sort of Python and C# developers. So you guys are right in the mix here. And this is obviously some of the people I help are all across the board, all the way from, juniors, fresh graduates, all the way to like the C-suites, and obviously senior developers as well. So, everyone's looking for new jobs at the moment. All of them are interested. And of course, you've got the, what are the most desirable jobs? So I think the thing here to remember is just because the jobs are desirable doesn't always mean they're any easier. So yeah, these might be the most popular jobs at the moment, and you might fit into here, maybe you don't. But there's a lot of high thresholds, especially when it comes to cybersecurity. I know this is one that's really, really popular with a lot of people. It's also one of the most challenging ones to get your foot in the door. So if you don't have that sort of background understanding, it can be really hard to break in. But at the same time, there's a high threshold for a lot of these. So it's even more important to be thinking about, if you are looking for a change in career, or if you're not happy in your current role and starting to think about it, just thinking about, if you fall in here, there's lots of things you need to be trying to do to keep yourself, ahead of the competition, making sure that you stand out best you can. So what does this mean for tech companies? Well, it means that retention and building attractive company cultures, roles, and benefits are even more important than ever. And companies looking to retain their high-quality IT professionals need to make changes. So for companies looking to hire, it's an excellent opportunity for them as well. So let me break that down for you guys. So there's a couple of things this means. So about 65% of companies have amended their benefits packet in the last 4 months with the intention of attracting new talent. So this is them going out of their way to make themselves more attractive to people looking for a new job. But on the other hand, you've got 26% of companies who are starting to consider about how can they retain the top talent that they've got. And, by looking at things that they can do to sort of make their talent stay. And some of the things they've looked at doing is, upskilling, doing cross-department projects, and looking at ways to sort of keep their talent, as top of the market as they can to make them want to stay. So obviously this does mean as well that there's a lot of opportunities for people like you guys. So is this the time for you to get a job? Yeah, it's a great time, but also don't be complacent. Just because you have all the skills that they're looking for doesn't mean you're going to have any much of an easier time. So the quality of your applications is still important, and your market knowledge needs to be there as well. And also having a bit of understanding about the companies that you're applying for, how do you fit in, and do they match some of the things that you guys are looking for? And this is obviously where I come into play as well. So this is stuff that I'm really good at and stuff that I'm more than willing to help you with. So, if you know the kind of company you want to go for, but not quite sure how to pitch yourself in, I'd be more than happy to help with any of that as well. So I'm going to leave my contact details here for you guys. So you've got my phone number and my email address. What I'm going to do as well, I'm going to drop my LinkedIn into the group chat. So obviously you guys are welcome to message me, connect with me there. If you've got any questions, I know I've gone through that maybe a bit quickly. I don't know if anyone's got any questions on any of it or anything what we go over again, or take the silence as a no. All right, brilliant. Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this is helpful. I think, especially with all the craziness of COVID, I think, a lot of people have been really, resistant to wanting a new role. And I think if anything, the main takeaway here is, things are getting back to normal. And I think if anything, people like yourselves are really attractive in the market. And, there's lots of opportunities for you guys. So if hiring something that you're looking at or getting a new role, this is a great time. And if you've got any questions about it and you don't want to say anything, you're always more than welcome to, like I said, get in touch and obviously let me know, and I'll be happy to speak to you one-on-one. Okay, so up next, we have got Matt to talk about web sustainability then.